Okay, this is try number 3. I'm trying to keep this to 5 minutes. I was only halfway through and it's already at 6. So I don't know. We'll try to do this. So I'm going to go quick. So special day, 43 years ago today, I had a big change in my life. I'll say a paradigm shift. That word is used often, and that's just where I had a complete rearrangement of my ideas on life. Previous 2 years to that, I was, actually from the age of 14 forward, but particularly the 2 years previous to that when I was 22, in February 20th of 83, I went to a work party, and I'd been in and out of this program that I won't mention, but that was supposed to help in those party areas. And I just really wasn't taking it seriously, wasn't willing to take direction or do anything else outside of what I thought, I wanted to do. I just always thought if I could just manage my life properly and get the right girlfriend and the right car, everything would be great. I went to a work party at a radio station I worked for back then, and I'd been in and out of that program for a couple of years, and there was a bunch of white stuff on the table, and I just dove right in. And the next day I woke up and I had a complete, what I call it a surrender, where I just became willing to do whatever it took to not have to do that anymore. And I was willing to take directions that I was unwilling to take previously, to be suggested to do certain things that I didn't think were a good idea previous to that. But at that point, I was very clear that my life was unmanageable by me, 100% in that case. So, I turned my will and life over to care of God as I understood Him, and moved forward with that program, which I will not mention. But that was a turning point in my life, 43 years ago today. Since then, I've had many blind spots, I'll just say, where I viewed something, whether it was politics, a person, a situation, whatever it might be. Some people might have kids, it might be the way you view your kids, or whatever it whatever. And, where I've had blind spots and something happens where I completely shift how I see that situation, that person, that event, whatever it might be, because I didn't have all the information, but I made a determination based on the information I had that turned out to be, in my view, incorrect. And when that shift happens, it's just kind of like a moment of awareness, like, geez, this whole time I've been thinking this way about this person, this situation, this whatever it is, and I get this new information, and now I completely see it differently. I actually really like when those kind of things happen. Sometimes they're difficult because sometimes people have to be apologized to because maybe a stance on something. I had a talk with a friend not too long back. He may see this, actually a few days ago, and we had a little difference of opinions and our views on some of the political stuff going on, and we let it get in the way of our friendship and our relationship, which is unfortunate. But we got on a call and we fixed that. We got past it and recognized that our friendship was more important than what was going on in the world. Because it's going to go on anyway. So we got that handled, and that's a great thing. But when that happens, to me it's an amazing thing. Just a complete shift happens, and I view something completely different, because sometimes it's a difficult way you find out, but a lot of times it's just you become open and something new appears. So whatever the awareness is, whatever that clarity is for me when it comes, if there's anybody, anything, any situation that I see that I'm aware of, because you can't take action and you can't make an amends, you can't clean something up if you have no awareness of it. But when the awareness comes, and I pray and meditate and ask for awareness on this kind of stuff all the time, but the big ones don't come that often. Maybe once every 6 months or once a year or something, I'll have one of these, like, oh my God, I've been viewing this way, or I was behaving this way, and I had the whole situation completely wrong. And it's a moment of humility And by the way, humility in the sense of when I say humility, I mean, I use words like surrender, and these some words that are in the world that I live in. That's not a bad thing. That's not a weak thing. That's actually, in my view, a strength when they come, because it's being willing to look at myself and see where I need to improve. So whatever it is, though, when I'm clear on it, sometimes somebody will point something out and I still won't see it until I come to the awareness myself. Then I got to take action. I've got to do something to try to correct the situation to the best of my ability. I can't control what other people do, say, or think, but I can control my actions, and that's what I try to do. So that happens with prayer, meditation, visualization, asking for the right thought or action throughout my day, asking God for the right thought or action throughout my day, and help me to see where perhaps I wouldn't have seen something else. So I just wanted to go on here and give myself a little bit of credit. I don't want to give credit. That's totally the wrong thing to say. Just a better word, honor the last 43 years, because I have a lot of gratitude for that time, and I have a lot of gratitude for the events, both seemingly bad and the good ones, last 43 years, because I wouldn't have the life I have today if I wouldn't have taken care of that situation. So I kept it to 6.5 minutes, which is close to 5, so I'm getting a lot better. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you soon, okay?